I'm Jay from the Kubz Scouts. Welcome back to another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. We just saw what happened to Sakura. We are going to investigate and find out who did it. Thank you guys all so much for 50,000 likes. I'm going to try my best to get into the 4th class trial in this episode. 50,000 more likes and I will release the next video as soon as I can. But let's investigate Sakura's death right now. If you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. Okay, so last episode I said that she might have been poisoned, but there's a big old blow to the head, so I don't know. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood, so maybe it was poison. Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
this is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. Ooh, maybe that's the type of murder we're dealing with right here. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the 4th and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room. By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. I really feel like Kyoko and Byakuya are the main characters in this game after Makoto. So I don't think that either of them did it. I don't know about Aoi with a little poopy swirl on top of her head, but let's check this out. These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. No shit, dude! Glass shards on the floor have been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? There's something else in the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, what about this thing right here? This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've all lost their flavor. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the true bullock section. Did I say bullocks? I said bullocks. I can't even talk right now, guys. Huh? The locker's open. And they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group?
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was already open? I didn't even notice that. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added. Okay, what else can we check? Oh, there's blood right there by the stack of mags! By the stack of dirty magazines! There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, let's talk to these bozos. Wait, there's more. Ooh, it's protein. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. Yeah, for her big, juicy masses. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I mean, is it good for her death? I know. But still, this protein can... It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. You know what? Just trust her. She's right on every single thing that she said so far. Okay, let's see what these three wise guys can say to us.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. You know what? I think somebody poisoned the candy. And then she ate it and slowly died. Then they started beating her ass. We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right after around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this would never have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay, talk to Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as facts.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Damn, Makoto, why you a little bitch boy? Do I have to talk to her or can I leave? I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. My bad, we forgot to check out Sakura and her big juicy masses. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? Poison! The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the That's what we're gonna call it now. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Yes, it's the blood. I need to examine the crime scene. Boy! There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottles? Okay, so he's holding chess pieces.
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma's bottle has been added to the I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. You know what? I don't want to call it that anymore. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright, and they're not even playing chess, they're playing checkers. So I think that I'm good here, unless I need to check the magazines. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Alright, can I get out of here? I can't. Okay, so there's still something else that I haven't seen yet. What is that? I have no clue. Oh, the chair here? The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. What about the door? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Before we do that, can we make our way to the chem lab? Because, what is this? Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. No, I wanted to check the chem lab! Makoto, I thought we were a team here. Can't be listening to just everything you say. Let's see where Toko's room is. Right here. All right, let's ding dong bing bong, baby. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds, who is it? Hey, Toko, how's it going?
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
You know what I want.
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yes, Toko. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. Who?
Wow.
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Well, can she, like, smell this pepper that I have in my hand real quick? Toko's account has been added to the That's what I'm gonna call it now. Just a bunch of gunshot noises. Yeah, I need her to smell the pepper in my hand so she can turn into Genocide Jill, so I can actually get some truth out of somebody. There's Yasuhiro. Ding dong, bing bong, baby. And after a few seconds,
You know?
what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just want to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Togo to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to go meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
Got it all
No
wrong.
way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Oh no, Hiro, not you! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me! Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to the taka 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 taka. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to take a look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Think we're gonna go to the chem lab right now. And I'm pretty sure that we're gonna find a bottle of poison missing. I bet you guys! Look at that! There's something spilled on the floor right now. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. What a bitch, dude. I definitely can't fit in this room with him. His ego's way too big. Can I click on that bottle that's smashed? This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? You didn't notice that until just now, Makoto? Damn! I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's
words...
right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the... Okay, wait, there's footprints right here. These are footprints? Big ass mothers. Oh my god, those are some huge footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop, chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. And not a very good one, too. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me?
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto, are they
possible.
yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints, but those are big-ass clown shoe footprints. How big are Makoto's shits? Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Okay, well, can you write it down one time for the one time, IG? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, section A. Huh? But wait, there's more! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9! Could someone have put it here on accident? Yeah, maybe. Do I still have business here? So on this shelf is... looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. Have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Okay, what about this shelf? Anything valuable here? One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section 3 has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? Maybe Sakura accidentally poured Chem C9 into her shaker bottle thinking that it was the protein. There's definitely something going on there. Chem Lab shelf has been added to the reload, baby, and daga 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 daga. Okay, let's back out. I'm not gonna be doing that anymore, guys. We're just gonna call it Truth Bullet section. First, I have to check out this area. Makoto is bossy. I've already taken a good look at the Chem Lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Okay, so let me get out of here. I kind of wanted to check the warehouse too because Hiro had a candy wrapper. Hina said that she got the candy from the warehouse. So I want to check out what exactly that candy is and how we could potentially get some poison into that candy. But let's get back to the rec room. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay, let's check Sakura's body. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? I'm trying to, but your big-ass head's in the way! There's nothing getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. So let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So, that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, and then you want me to look at the magazines, right? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be? A dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But Sakura's hands are clean.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly how I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I mean, just like Hiro was the killer in the Robo Justice costume, this girl needs to calm her ass down! I can see why you would think that, but if anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine dying message has been added to the... So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'd be sure to find it. Why can't they just tell me? Like, if we're all on the same team, if we're all reaching the same goal here, which is to not get executed, why don't you just tell me and save us some time? Why do they always do this? I thought we're on the same team! A correlation. What is this guessing game bullshit? Hey, Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is? Thank you, Makoto. Thank you. You know what? Clap it up for Makoto. He's just trying to get straight to the point. He's trying to get to the bottom of this. I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. You know what? That's true. I should just shut my ass up. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree? Monokuma bottle has been updated.
Hey.
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakui is not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. See, that wasn't so bad, right, Makoto? And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The bottle and the other bottles, duh. The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Come on, Makoto, even I knew that and I'm not even smart. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
In other words...
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, hopefully it's gonna be balanced, right? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, then let's give it a try. Oh! Why is it way heavier? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible? Just as I thought. What?
In other words.
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together.
Hey,
And I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, wow, already? A ding-dong and a bing-bong, baby? No way! Dude, that was fast. Oh, wow, okay.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
That was it.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class
Guys, the
trial.
class trial is already about to
Hiro,
begin.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Man, I feel like they want me to say Toko, but I don't know. I don't know. Hiro had that candy wrapper inside of his pocket. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Dude, I really don't know who it is. We're gonna start the fourth class trial a little bit, just because this episode has been really short. You guys have done such a great job getting each episode to 50,000 likes. 50,000 more likes, and I'll do the whole class trial in the next episode. Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see y'all down there. Oh, what the hell was that? I don't get it.
just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And that person is here? That person is one of us? I guess? I mean, who else could it be? Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way towards the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Well, I mean, it's not her, it's not Kyoko, it's not Makoto, so it has to be one of them three, right? Come on, Makoto. Why does he act so dumb sometimes?
It was one of you.
Yeah,
One of you killed Sakura.
that's true too.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Okay, let me click these.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Wait. Ah, that was it.
About as
The one that
low as
Hiro
you
said
could
was the
get.
answer. Okay, let me fast forward through this.
It was
And let us shoot a bullet right at Hiro's
You hated
statement.
her.
Right
Is
here.
that it? That doesn't make
Come
any
on,
sense.
come on.
That's the only
Right
reason
here,
you
give me
have
some.
for accusing us?
Boom, what the heck? Right
That's the only reason you have
over
for accusing
here,
us?
maybe. BAM! Give me that! Okay, already starting this off on the right foot. Not that there's anything wrong with the left
Another
foot.
reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? What if Sakura accidentally drank the poison herself and nobody did it? That's my theory right now. Pocket trash? We talking about no pocket trash. Oh, wait. Hiro's pocket
The
trash.
fact that Sakura wanted
Okay.
to meet with all three of them,
Yeah?
there's no way that's not suspicious.
Super suspicious.
One of you is absolutely guilty.
For sure.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
Well, huh? Let's calm that down, Hiro. Let's calm that down, Hiro, and go bop, 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 bop. Spanging that statement left and right.
Hiro,
Can't mess with me today.
when
I'm
we
on
were
one.
talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember?
Yep.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
You know what it's got to do with something.
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
It's what?
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
Yeah, Hiro, where did you get that
From
candy,
Sakura.
huh?
It's the only
Where you
explanation.
get that candy from, Hiro, huh?
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her,
This shit
but
ain't adding up. I'm not a
she
mathematician,
gave
but
it to
this
me
ain't adding
forever
up.
ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
He doesn't sound too confident, but what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is, when Sakura got the candy, Sakura loved candy too much to share. Hiro got the candy from Hina. When Sakura got the candy. Come on. Stop playing with your boy.
I'm not
Now's
sure
not the
about
time to
that,
play with
Hiro.
me. I'm on one.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office.
Like, I'm paying attention, you guys are paying attention. Hiro can't
So
mess
if
with
that
us.
was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Yeah, we're about to turn Hiro into the villain real quick.
I mean, what I meant was,
I don't think he did it, though. I think he's just dumb.
oh, that's right. I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Got a problem with these statements getting switched.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked. That's all. I didn't do anything. You gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious. It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
Yeah, let's see that proof.
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written
Oh,
out Toko
yeah,
in her
Toko
own
written in blood.
right?
But Sakura didn't have bloody fingers or anything.
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See?
Why was she so
See?
happy to say that?
Toko did it.
She's like, that's true. Oh, wait, Sakura's still dead.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was under the magazine shelf, above the magazine shelf, on the magazine shelf.
Got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the
I
magazine
just love
shelf,
being right.
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
No, it does not.
Doesn't make sense?
Doesn't add up, my
What
G.
doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. Oh, here we go. Okay. I haven't gotten any wrong so far, so now is not the time to start. I'm gonna get this one right, guys, for all of you.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
Tell us, tell us.
Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message.
I don't think this
It
is the
was
bullet that I
only
gotta use.
after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
Okay.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Okay, we gotta figure out which bullet to put inside of our chamber. He said he saw the dying message when he found the body. But at the time, where was the magazine? Okay,
Dying
so let's
message.
get ready to slow this down.
Ogre's body was
Right
killed.
here. I don't think so! Damn!
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
What does that even mean?
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
I need to put on some chapstick after
confuse
that.
us.
That was ridiculous. Hold on, that was ridiculous.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah, her hands were clean of blood.
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
You sure about that, big guy?
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Oh, yeah, it's you talking, so we know it's true. Shut your ass up. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Yeah, because Sakura's hands were clean. The moment of truth. Uh-oh. Already?
Show me the proof.
The heck?
I'm at least 30% right.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of this one,
Give it a rest.
but it does switch things up. Got it. Woo!
Show
Here
me
goes
the proof.
examination summary. Take that, mother sucker! So it really was Hiro, huh? Damn. Hate it had to be you.
I'm
Just kidding, I don't really care about
completely
him.
Convinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
Sakura doesn't know how to read.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yup.
What?
Say what?
Who did write it?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh no, it really was him?
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Oh dude, already? You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened.
Yo, he killed her and he admitted it already?
I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
This is like the easiest case ever. There has to be more to this.
I hit her from behind before she had
He
any
hit her
idea
from
what
behind.
was
Chill
happening.
with that, big guy.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
Well, you did do something, and you got caught, and now you're about to get executed.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine
What a damn
on the
shame.
table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What? He just said what happened.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Vomiting blood?
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. Why he picked Toko, why the magazine was hidden, why he didn't use Sakura's finger? Why didn't Hiro put blood on Sakura's finger to make it look like she'd written it? I just panicked. I didn't even think about that. You wouldn't have thought of that even if you didn't panic. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? Hold on. Why is that a mistake on my part? Okay, fine. Let's see what it is. Why the magazine was hidden? Oh, whew. Only had one more heart left, guys.
Everything
the one
just
right here
said.
on my chest.
It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
No, it doesn't.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Why does that matter?
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe Hiro thought he killed Sakura, but somebody else came in and then finished the job. So once this trial happens, Hiro's gonna be getting blamed, but everybody else is gonna die, and the person who actually gave like Sakura the final blow to dying, that's actually who's gonna escape. So that maybe they were thinking, hey, if I can make it seem like Hiro thinks that he killed Sakura, but I'm the one who actually gave the final blow, then I'll get out of here and everybody else will get punished. That's what I'm thinking now.
But then, who was it?
If they went to
Hopefully
the
that made
trouble
sense
of
to you
hiding
guys.
the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
So it was Toko. Yeah, it was Toko. Duh.
Got it! It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
So Hiro thinks that the blow to the head was enough to kill Sakura, but the real killer gave like the finishing blow, and then Hiro thinks that he's the one that did it.
What do you mean?
So everybody's gonna blame him, but that's gonna be the wrong answer.
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
Yup.
You can't be serious! That's just...
So it has to be Toko then.
Believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Alright guys, I'm gonna end this episode of Danganronpa here. We are gonna figure out who the real killer is of the 4th class trial in the next episode. 50,000 likes, and I'll release that one as soon as I can. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude!